What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Jeremy's Point of View. Here in this episode, I'm going to be giving you guys my review of the new movie 65, starring Adam Driver. I went and saw it over the weekend. A little delayed in getting this review out to you guys. Both of my kids have been battling pneumonia, so it's been tough when you got a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old with pneumonia on antibiotics, home with you all day. It's been a tough couple weeks, to be perfectly honest, so haven't been able to get a lot of content out to you guys in the last 2 weeks, but please hit that like and subscribe button. Check out the description box below. You guys will find my Teespring store, and you'll also find the channel sponsor, which is Arcadian, who makes fantastic high-quality goat's milk soap, beard oils, bath bombs, body sprays, and if you use my code below, you'll save 10% off of your order. Also, if you guys haven't already, check out my other channel. It is called The Cellar. It is a bunch of scary stories, true crime, horrible fates, all kinds of different stuff. I've got 2 videos up over there, so if you guys could check that out, go over there, subscribe to that channel. I'd greatly appreciate it. And let's go ahead and dive into this review, and I'll give you guys my overall thoughts of the movie. So, going into 65, from the first trailers, I had decent hopes. Something that wasn't Jurassic World, Jurassic Park related, got me excited. I love dinosaurs. I feel like we don't get enough dinosaur movies in general, especially dinosaurs in a setting where the fear is brought back. And when I saw who was behind the script, the same people behind The Quiet Place, I had some hopes for this. Not high hopes, some hopes. Also, Adam Driver, I'm a big fan. I actually think he's a fantastic actor. He's probably the best part of the new Star Wars trilogy. So I went into this, with an open mind, not super high expectations, but I'm glad to tell you guys that this movie was solid. It was solid. I looked at a lot of reviews before I went and saw it. I've even read some more, looked into some more since I've seen the movie, and I feel like there's a lot of hatred for this movie out there, a lot of negative reviews when it comes to this movie, and I don't fully understand it. Now, do I think this movie is like an all-time classic? No, not at all. But for a fast-paced, 90-minute popcorn flick with dinosaurs, some okay effects. Some of the effects are pretty good at times. Some of them are a little wonky, but I expect that when the budget isn't Jurassic World level. I still thought that this was a solid movie. And to be perfectly honest with you, I think the thing that elevates this movie from being, kind of a dumpster fire that I forget and don't ever watch again, is Adam Driver. He is the heart and soul of this film. His acting, what he does in this film, even though he doesn't have a ton of lines, the guy elevates everything he does, and he takes this character and makes me care about it. He takes this character and brings it up a level. If it wasn't for him, if it was anybody else, a lesser actor in this role, this movie would be even more forgettable. And to me, this is a movie I will definitely watch again. It is a fun 90-minute movie. You can sit down, have some popcorn, enjoy. Yes, there's some aspects to it that I wish that they had built on a little bit more try not to get into too many spoilers or anything. I don't really want to dive too deep or spoil anything. I mean, there's not a lot to spoil, to be perfectly honest. It's a pretty straightforward movie. There's no crazy twists or anything else. Guy from another planet crashes ship onto Earth 65 million years ago. All of the people that he was carrying, he basically was a passenger ship with a bunch of passengers in cryostasis on board. All of them die, at least he thinks at first, until he discovers that a little girl is still left alive, which brings it around to the fact that he had a little girl who was battling some sort of illness, and he had to go on this 2-year trip to pay for her care. And while he was on this 2-year trip, we find out she passed away. So obviously that is something that emotionally is eating at him. And when he meets this little girl, you see that there's this bond that starts to build. He starts to look at her in a way like his daughter. And basically the whole movie is the two of them got to get from point A to point B. There's basically a part of the ship across the way on top of a mountain that they can escape in. There's like an escape pod ship. So it's very straightforward. A to B, they encounter different dinosaurs along the way, have a bunch of close calls, and there's a big final battle at the end. I have no issue with that. There's nothing wrong with a straightforward story. There's nothing wrong with a movie that knows what it's doing, that keeps it straight to the point. And I'll be perfectly honest, they do bring the fear back into the dinosaurs. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say as a grown man that I was shitting my pants or anything. That's not that way. But they do make the dinosaurs scary again. They treat the dinosaurs like monsters. They keep them in the shadows. They don't, they do a lot of stuff that you would typically see in a horror movie when you're disguising or keeping the monster of some sort in the shadows, but they do that with dinosaurs. It's such a fresh take on it. It's different than what the Jurassic World movies do. There's no fear of the dinosaurs in any of the Jurassic World movies. Now, in the first Jurassic Park, the velociraptors are absolutely terrifying. The T-Rex, terrifying. I mean, they did a fantastic job in those movies. I even thought in The Lost World, when they go into the long grass with the velociraptors, they did a good job. But as the movies progressed, especially in the Jurassic World era, dinosaurs lost their fear. They're basically window dressing. They're a prop for the movie. I mean, you could take the dinosaurs out of the Jurassic World movie and they're basically an adventure movie. And dinosaurs are just kind of thrown in to add an extra obstacle. With this movie, the dinosaurs are actually feared. They are actually a menacing threat. Whenever they are on the screen, there is a danger at hand. And I appreciate that so much about a film. Now, I do think this film could have been better. I think that there could have been maybe an extra 15, 20 minutes. They could have done a few things to build on the relationship between Adam Driver's Mills and the little girl that he is kind of becoming his surrogate daughter to save. I felt like they could have done a little bit more. There's a little bit in the beginning of the film that I felt like I could feel there was things cut out, and I'm not positive about that, but I do feel like there was some jumping back and forth with him out, back in the ship, him out, back in the ship, that it felt a bit quick and abrupt, and it made me feel like there was maybe some scenes, some more extended stuff that was planned or that was shot and that was eventually cut on the editing bay floor. I wish that that would get put back. I honestly think that this movie would have benefited from an extra 15 to 20 minutes, maybe an extra bit with the dinosaurs, but some more building of the characters, some more. I mean, I would have even been okay with some more backstory on Mills. We do get a flashback to start the film, but that's about it. And I feel like we could have gotten a little bit of backstory for the girl as well. But we didn't really get that. We just know that she was on the ship with her parents. Her parents died in the cryopods. And now it's her and Mills trying to get off of Earth 65 million years ago. So, yeah, guys, those are my overall thoughts. I recommend it. I think it's definitely worth going and seeing overall. I don't think it was a bad film at all. Just go in with knowing your expectations. This isn't some masterpiece in cinema or filmmaking. This is a solid B horror, dinosaur film. It's not super scary. It's got some action. It's got some tense scenes with the dinosaurs. They do a decent job with that. Even some of the stuff where they're in this cave that I thought was pretty well done, a little bit claustrophobic. But yeah, I'll watch this again at any point. It's definitely one of those films I can pop on, throw in some popcorn, and enjoy. So do I think it's worth it? Definitely. I do give it a recommendation. If I was to rate it, I'd say, it's right in the middle, a 2.5 out of 5, 3 out of 5, somewhere in that area. So you guys, let me know what you think. Did you guys see this movie? If you've seen this movie, I want to know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Are you planning on seeing this movie? If you are, I once again recommend it. So let me know. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next episode of Jeremy's Point of View. Until next time, peace.